Hi everyone and welcome to another episode of No Nonsense Whiskey. Today we are not doing a review, I'm going to be doing my personal whiskies of the year. And this is going to be in three categories of stuff that I've covered on my videos, and you'll be able to go down in the description and click on the links to go and view those videos if you want. And I'm going to be doing a bourbon of the year, a blend of the year and a single malt of the year. I haven't actually covered that many videos, I think 20, 21. So limited stock, and but they'll be my favourites this year. Before we get into that, it's a couple of days after Christmas 2016, so I just want to do a quick vlog, show you guys what I picked up for Christmas to give you a little taste of what you'll be seeing next year. So in no particular order, I'll do the spirits first. Now I got, this is the Marks and Spencer's bottling of English whiskey, which is distilled at the St George's distillery in Norfolk. I don't know which this compares to, but by the time I get to there I'll have done my research. Okay, I have the Kingsbarns spirit drink. This is their new make spirit. They're not actually, they're selling other things like the Weems bottlings, but this is all they've got at the moment, so hopefully in a couple of years I'll be getting their single malt for the first time, and we'll cover that, but that I'll be having a look at like I've done the Cotswolds etc. before. Next up, an old favourite, the Glenmorangie original 10 year. I think most people watching this video will know about this, but let's have a quick unboxing and see what's inside. I actually have never owned a bottle of this. Obviously I've tried it before. There you go, little miniature, well miniature, half bottle. So that'll be exciting to give that a go. Let's get that back in there and up there. Sort that out later. To the floor, we've got the Glengoyne 10 year. I know Glengoyne is a favourite of another YouTuber, Whiskey in the Six. This is a special tube edition celebrating in aid of the Glasgow School of Art. And there you go. Never actually tried this, so that'll be an interesting dram to give a go. And I'm really looking forward to that, especially after watching Rob's reviews. Here's another one that I've tried but never owned a bottle of. The Crown Royale, legendary import for me. Now this, I'll just show you this, this is cool. Now we all know it's got a fancy bottle, but I had no idea it came in its own little fancy bag. Let's have a quick look at the bowl. I've opened this since I got it. Give it a little go. There you go. Fancy bottle. Fancy bag. Hopefully, fancy whiskey. We shall see. Let's get that back in there. One more. This, something that most people won't have seen before. Audny, Norwegian single malt, the first Norwegian whiskey. This is a 4-year-old bottling, numbered, casked. I've opened it, tried it. This is a sherry cask one, I think, probably. I'll get into that later. Very, very good. Looking forward to doing that. And I did get a few non-actual drinkable related stuff. Let's go through that quickly. I've got this little book here, 33 drams of scotch for tasting notes. So I shall be filling that out throughout the next year, hopefully with something interesting. I got the latest edition of Ian Buxton's 101 Whiskies To Try Before You Die. I did have the previous one, didn't get very far through that, but there's a lot of things in there that are really hard to get hold of now, hence the updated version. And here's another book which is a staple of all of your shelves, the Malt Whiskey Yearbook 2017. Now, a lot of people would have heard of the Whiskey Bible by Jim Murray. I bought it once and realised it was just a whole load of tasting notes with some bare essential information. This has history, pronunciation guide, some tasting notes, but nothing too bad. This is the kind of closed distilleries and everything, the perfect companion to your kind of learning in the whiskey world. Just a couple final things from a good friend of mine. I've got a new whiskey clock. There's always time for a wee dram. And if you look at this, around the edge is some personal favourites. I haven't actually had all of these yet, but let's hope I'll kill some of these off before the end of the year, next year. And one final thing that will be going up on the wall soon, from my lovely wife, a distillery map of Scotland. I don't know if hopefully that's not reflecting too bad, but you should be able to see Highland Park, Speyside stuff, all in words. Very exciting. Alright, well that's the swag I got for Christmas. Hopefully you got some cool stuff too. Feel free to put in the comments below and let us know. Now we're going to move on to my Whisky Awards, and with the power of editing, let's clear the table. Whoa! That was probably a really bad cut. Okay, so now we'll move on to my personal whiskies of the year. As I said at the top of the show, I'm going to be looking at the stuff that I've covered on my channel. So these aren't going to be things that are the best whiskies in the world. These are going to be my personal favourites from the selections of videos that I've done this year. So I'm going to do my bourbon of the year first. Covered a lot of good bourbons, some basic, and this one here has had probably a bit of an unfair advantage because it's quite premium for us. And that is the Wild Turkey Rare Breed Barrel Proof. Now I was lucky enough to be given this bottle when it had just a small bit left after a tasting I attended this year, and it was just enough to do a quick review on it, and I thought this was absolutely fantastic. I tasted through the Wild Turkey kind of range, and although they were good, until I got to this one I was thinking, well, they're good, but are they 40 quid good? This is about £50 in the UK, probably cheaper in the US, and it is the only one in the range that I thought was priced well, apart from the Wild Turkey 81. I thought the other ones were a little bit pricey for us over here. So there you go, there's the bourbon of the year. Unfortunately all of these are bottle kills as well, so I've got nothing to drink. Okay, next up we'll do the blend of the year. Blend of the year, the Nika All Malt. I did try a couple of blenders, nothing too heavy. Hopefully we do a lot more blends this year. But this one here is extremely drinkable. It's not smoky, very sweet, and I just found it not offensive at all. I picked this up for an absolute steal in France of all places. I got it for the equivalent of 20 quid and brought it back with me when I came back. I am not sure how much this goes for in this country because I didn't buy it here, but if it's anything like that, 20 quid, 25 quid, absolute bargain. And finally, the single malt of the year. Now this is a personal favourite of mine, as many of you will know. There are obviously better single malts out there than this, but for me, the Highland Park 12 year. Now this is usually a staple of my shelves. Unfortunately I don't have one to replace this one yet. Recently killed this one off, but this is smooth, it's drinkable, it's got an ever so slightly smoky edge, so it's perfect for moving on from your typical supermarket Speyside you've got. You can very frequently find this in UK supermarkets for £25. I think it's worth more than that, but if you see it for £25, just get it. You might not like it, pass it on to a friend, whatever, but I think this is something that I go back to time and time again. The 18 year, in my opinion, is it outdoes this completely, but I didn't cover it, so it doesn't count. But there you go. There's my 3 picks from the videos. Please feel free to go back into the description and have a look at these, see what I thought about these in detail. 2017 is going to be bringing all the things you saw at the beginning of the show. I've got loads of other stuff going on. I've got a big shelf of samples. I've got a cupboard full of stuff downstairs to bring to you, so I'll be going strong next year. I hope you've enjoyed my journey so far in my first, not quite full year, but my first year of starting YouTube. I'm very glad to have every single one of you along with the ride with me, and as always, like, comment, subscribe to the channel, share if you feel like it's something your friends would want to see, and comment below, get involved in the community, Facebook, Twitter. I am on Instagram, but that's more of a personal thing than a whiskey thing, so it's probably a lot of stuff about cats that you might not be interested in. But yeah, thanks for watching everybody, and I wish you all a good 2017.